In today's video, we are going to replace a strut in a 2006 F150 4x4. When you replace the strut, if your ball joints are getting bad, this is a good time to change the upper control arm. You're going to have it all apart. If not, who gives a fuck? You're probably going to have to do it later on anyways. Let's clean up, let's get out there, let's get to work and get this shit done. Steering linkage off here. Apparently you could wiggle it past the CV boot if you're careful. That's taken care of. Alright, let's see how well the strut bolt's gonna come out. Fuck, that bitch is frozen in. Alright, let's see if we bust this free the old-fashioned way. Oh, fuck. I broke this free again. Let's see if we can get her out. Next step is the 3 bolts for the strut, not the one in the middle, but the 3 outside ones. Remove those. That one in the back, I just went through the engine compartment with a swivel and a deep 15mm socket. We'll get that last one off. It's kind of awkward one hand, but we'll get her off and continue on. Gotta push down. So close. Oh yeah, there we go. Not under any circumstances whatsoever try to remove the spring without having spring compressors on. Could probably most likely fucking kill yourself. Sometimes getting that nut off the top of the strut's not going to go as planned, so we're going to have to get the fucking grinder out and cut the top of that bolt off, or part of the strut, so I can get the spring off. I really don't know how much spring tension will be on that strut bearing, but I don't want to find out, so I tightened up the springs a little bit, so I'm going to cut the rest of that nut off. Hopefully it won't be a fucking shit show. Now that we got it apart, we're ready to transfer it over to the new strut. I got my spring compressors on there. Just going to slap her on there. Right, you can see right there we need to compress these springs quite a bit, and then we can put the strut bearing on. I got the strut bearing on, and I really don't like doing struts at all. It's definitely kind of a dangerous job compressing those springs, I tell you. Now comes the fun part of putting the strut back in. But make sure you have some nuts ready. Now if you're doing this alone, what I did is I put a jack underneath, put some weight on the control arm, but this is still loose. I just got a couple nuts up top there. I'm going to try to use a pry bar to pry that into place. Let's get this fucking thing in here. I lowered the jack down. Just fucking fighting with it forever. I finally got it to pop. There we go, fucking cocksuckers in. Gotta make sure this is perfectly straight to go in, otherwise you're gonna be hating life. Hating fucking life. Now that the strut's in place, just make sure your bolt's tight and make sure your 3 bolts up there are good, and you should be ready to rock and roll. I'm going to end my video on replacing the strut. Personally, if I was to do it again, I'd probably just order the whole complete assembly, spring and all, just because I don't want to be fucking around compressing springs. Like I said, I just don't like that. There's too much danger involved. Anything can happen. But anyways, I'm going to end my video there. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.